moving on to agenda item 7. Could you do your presentation, please?
Thank you. The application seeks planning permission for the erection of a bungalow at 4 Burnett Park. The site is shown in red and the proposed bungalow would be located to the south of the existing building. So, here. The existing bungalow is shown in this photo. In order to facilitate the development, part of the existing bungalow would be removed. The outline of this is dashed in red on this slide. The proposed bungalow would be on the right-hand side, as is shown here, and 2 parking spaces are proposed for each dwelling in accordance with the parking standards. And the Highway Authority have no objections. The hedge on the right-hand side would be retained, however some small conifers and laurel hedging will be removed from the front of the site, but a landscape condition is recommended to ensure that appropriate landscape placements are required. The design of the new bungalow is shown on this slide. Both of the properties on this side of the cul-de-sac are bungalows, so it's considered that an additional bungalow is appropriate in this context. There is a significant amount of variety in the designs of the dwellings within the cul-de-sac, as shown on this slide. It is considered that the design of the bungalow would fit in within this varied context, particularly as the design shares features with bungalow 4A, which is shown in the bottom right. As can be seen in the background to the left of this photo, planning permission for a 2-storey dwelling was recently granted near to Harlow Road, roughly opposite the site. The proposed bungalow would be located behind the retained hedge in the foreground, so behind this hedge here. There are other dwellings similarly close to Harlow Road in other parts of Burnett Park, as shown in the insets at the bottom left and right, so the position of the proposed bungalow is considered to be acceptable. The bungalow would be low in height and approximately 13 metres from number 2 at the nearest point, with the proposed bungalow further from number 2 than the existing bungalow at number 4. Although number 4 would be directly adjacent, this is the applicant's property, and due to the bungalows being side by side to one another, the impacts would be acceptable, subject to a condition to prevent further windows being added to the side elevation facing number 4, which has been recommended. The application is therefore recommended for approval, subject to the conditions and informative set out at pages 12 to 13 of the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. We have 3 speakers against this application, so could I call Mr. Pressman forward first? If you could take a seat at the table. Press the red microphone, turn the mic on, and then we'll have 3 minutes, Mr. Pressman.
Right, thank you very much. Just to let you know, I live at number 5, so I'm right opposite anyway. Very quickly, I know I've got 3 minutes. I'll just say that I've been living in Harlow for 50 years, most of my life. I'm a local businessman, and I chose to live in Burnett Park when I bought the property 30 years ago because it was one of the few areas in Harlow that's got an open aspect, beautiful green, plenty of space around you. For spacious living, I brought my family up there. I've got 4 children still live with me there. And it's a lovely, lovely place to live. Now, already there's been a construction next door to me, but okay, I couldn't do anything about that. But that was on one plot that was divided into 2. Now, that has happened quite often in Burnett Park, I understand that. This particular plot that we're talking about here is being subdivided once again into 3. It was one plot divided into 2, now divided into another plot. This will open the floodgates for other people, every president, for everybody else in Burnett Park to consider, can we put another plot here, can we put another plot there? It will ruin Burnett Park. I'm passionate about this, and I think it's the wrong decision to make to allow that bungalow to be built there. They're knocking down part of the other building as well anyway to try and make space for it. I agree, by knocking that part of that building down, it's given a similar space to the other one, but that doesn't, just because you can fit a plot in there, it doesn't mean let's put one in there. No, it will ruin the aspect of Burnett Park. It's really sad. On top of that as well, congestion with cars. As we all know, the average age to buy the property now is about 28, 30. So if someone buys that property, if they've got children, the children, if they're 17 years old or older, will have cars. They're no longer 2 cars, they're normally 4 cars per family. You've now got, when that cul-de-sac was designed, 50 years ago, the cul-de-sac had 3 houses there, and 50 years ago, you probably had 1 to 2 cars per house. Now we're trying to squeeze 6 houses in there. I've got 4 children living with me. We've all got cars. There's 6 cars at my house. I chose that area because I could, and it's lovely, and I can park my cars there. Now you're going to squeeze more houses in, congestion for cars, precedent for also, very important, for other people to start subdividing their plot. You're going to ruin the aspect look of Burnett Park. It's a terrible, terrible shame because there's not many other areas in Harlow that you could go and find. That's why my brothers all moved out. They moved at Bishopsthorpe. So many people have it. I'm a businessman in Harlow. I support Harlow. Areas like that should be preserved. They should be. It's just unfair to keep building. There's all the other areas that we have, all around the peripheral areas, the Gilden Way and everything else. Build. And I do understand a certain infill here or there. If you've got an infill in a maybe in Tilbury Mead or a more congested area, you won't notice that infill. In Burnett Park, unfortunately, you will notice it. It's a beautiful area that you're going to spoil.
Thank you.
Please don't do it. Thank you.
Could I call Peter Hanger, please?
Peter Hanger's ill, I'm afraid. Great anxiety. The next one would be...
Mr. Lesson, then?
Yes.
Mr. Lenson, sorry.
That's all right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this is the first meeting of your planning committee following the elections this year. Anyway, may I wish you all every success in your new term of office. Your work is vital for the thriving future of Harlow. Your duties are not only to make decisions on multi-million-pound approvals for housing and commercial projects. You also need to protect the quality of life and enjoyment of your neighbours affected by new building projects, which might just involve one very small bungalow that we're talking about tonight. My wife and I live in number 2 Burnett Park for the last 48 years. We bought it from the Development Corporation. There were 4 dwellings already built on Burnett Park. We've seen all the other houses built around it, creating a low-density estate. Our bungalow is number 2, but it's called 5 Farthings. We did pay a little bit more when we bought it. It sits on a plot of 1/3 of an acre. On our cul-de-sac, it started with 2 houses built and 1 more planned. Since then, a further 4 houses have been built in our cul-de-sac by splitting sites. The long fence, you can't see it there, the long fence which separates our bungalow from the next cul-de-sac and also number 4 was sold. It was actually sold to a councillor, and it was one site of 1/4 of an acre, and it specified 1 dwelling. This has been divided already, I think 12, 15 years ago, to build a second bungalow. The current application wants permission to split the site again and build a 3rd bungalow. But the plot, not surprisingly, is not going to be divided equally. The original will enjoy a width of 19.5 metres, the second gets 16.8 metres, and the 3rd is left with 13.7. The 3rd is squashed into 13.7 metres. But it couldn't be done unless you knock that garage down. It's a 2-car garage, and that needs to be removed and replaced by 2 parking spaces. I I would worry, and I do worry, that knocking down a two-car garage makes me very, society nowadays has got
I'll
a
ask you to wrap up.
conscience, My first and strongest reason for opposing this plan for number 4, on 30th of May 2019, John Harrison wrote to me as follows: as officers, we consider the application should be approved. As a new bungalow has been allowed on one side of the original 4, it is not considered reasonable to refuse one on a similar sized plot on the other side. What sort of reasoning is it to give approval by that sort of argument? And in fact, it's not a similar
Mr.
size, it's a
Lenson,
small.
you really need to wrap up now, so if you could
Yeah.
finish, that'd be great.
I'll be finished in 1 minute.
No, so you need to wrap up, so could you finish straight away? Thank you.
I was just going to say that I was very hesitant to bring up that point about the approval.
Thank you, Mr. Lenson. You could take a
Because
seat.
it's very difficult to criticise one of the council workers.
Thank you, Mr. Lenson. Councillors, questions?
Do you want us to stay for those?
No. Thank you. Any questions, members? No? Debate? Councillor Darling.
Thank you, John. I have great sympathy with the objectors. I have visited Burnett Park on multiple occasions. It's nice and open and spacious, and there's plenty of land there to be enjoyed. But unfortunately, over the years, it has had creeping extra houses put in there. And this is another two in this particular site, which to me is, for that particular area, overdevelopment. But the difficulty is, I can't find a reason, material reason, to go against the application. As much as I dislike it, it's not for me to dislike it, so we have to abide by the planning laws. And planning laws tell me there's nothing I can do to object to it. I can object to it verbally, but at the end of the day, we have to follow planning rules. So unfortunately, I have to agree with it.
Thank you, Councillor Garnett. Councillor Clark.
Yes, I also have considerable sympathy for the objectors. It is a really spacious area that consistently has been, and I knew it a number of decades ago, of course, when there was a former councillor living there, and that notion of space and openness is definitely there and part and parcel of the land. I agree that I think subdivision into 3, subdivision into 2 is really, but 3 is ridiculous. And I do think it is overbearing, and it is overbearing in relationship to the general setting of the area. And if there is congestion as well, I agree on that. And likewise, I actually think that you can find there are grounds for refusing this, and that is very definitely on BE1, character and identity should relate to their settings and so on. And it is a somewhat traditional design, which is out of keeping with somewhat quirky sometimes and contemporary other designs. I know there's a variety of designs there, but in its original conception, it certainly was far more contemporary than that. But also, the actual space and the loss of space is a significant argument against it. And in relationship to H10, which is relating to infill development, and again shouldn't have an unacceptable adverse effect on the character of the locality. And again, I would argue strongly that this would affect the character of the locality and the general ambience of the setting. And on those and other grounds, I would wish to oppose it.
Thank you, Chair. I agree with what Jane is saying and what Mike is saying. Burnett Park is one of those areas that there's too much infill going on there. And I think we've got to put a stop to it because they are lovely houses. But because of the amount of land they've got, they think they can infill. And I don't agree with, he's already had one infill, why does he need two?
Chair, this is a difficult situation because it's a large plot and there are large plots around other people who also done extra building, and we can't have an assumption of what's going to happen in the future to the other sites around the area because we haven't had them come before us. We have got this come before us. And I really don't think that we can turn it down because of planning policy. I totally agree, infill shouldn't be happening. But at this stage, I think if we did turn it down, it went to appeal, it would be lost to us by the inspector. So I think in this situation, because of the size of the plot, we are in another situation.
Anybody else? No. In that case, members, could we move to a vote? All those in favour of item 7, recommendations 1 to 7, plus the informative which appear on pages 12 to 14 of your agenda papers. Please show. In favour? And all those against? That is carried. Abstentions, I assume? Yeah. That is carried. Okay, those people that came specific to that item, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the agenda. If you want to leave, you're welcome to do so. Thank you.
Can I just so is that you? Was that in favour of the
Yes.
of the bill?
4-2.
What a terrible shame. Thank you anyway, but that is a terrible shame. I wish someone had enough courage to
And we're making me and my wife ill with that sort of nonsense. It's so sad.
It is a shame, terrible shame, just for someone to make profit on that. We know what it's all about, but thank you.